Hello everybody, this is FuseStopper and welcome back to more Shovel Knight, Plague of Shadows. And today, we're going to get started on King Knight stage. Yep, same secret that they had in the, well, pretty much all the campaigns, but you'll see that later. Yeah, get the little Yacht Club Games. Was blanking on their name for a minute there. Yep, instead of using fishing rods, we get the power of just blowing up the fish to us. I mean, that's like the new cool way to fish, isn't it? Just blow up the fish and then they'll plop up on the land. Yeah, it's always nice, as you can see, to build up those health tonics, because if we don't have them all built up when we actually need them, it's never good. And I always like to just have some activated, just in case. Yeah, I think Plague Knight's just all about explosions. I mean, his main level is the Explodatorium. Like, come on now. Of course he's gonna be all about explosions. Yeah, but I have to actually say, I know I was kind of like trash-talking Plague Knight's campaign earlier, or at least last video. I think I gotta say that Plague Knight probably has the better campaign to Shovel Knight. Just because Shovel Knight's just cool and all, and like that started it all out, but like Plague Knight just plays so much cleaner than Shovel Knight. Like, although I already died like 5 times, and I'm not gonna really prove my point well, I tend not to die as much with Plague Knight because, as I've stated, the levels are Shovel Knight levels, but you're just given a character that could like jump and is acrobatic and can do a whole lot more than Shovel Knight ever could. It's just, I'd say it's a more interesting take. Like, they didn't even have to give us this campaign. Speaking of which, I mentioned I was going to say it last video, but I never got to it. The reason why it's Plague Knight, instead of just some, well, looks like I'm going to be pushing it off again. Something looks a little strange if you're familiar with the Shovel Knight campaign. As in, maybe it doesn't really belong here. Like it was built just for Plague Knight. Yes, every level has a little secret area for a lot more of these alchemy cipher coins, and a little something else we'll get to. But as I was saying, like, the reason it's Plague Knight and not some random other character is that they held a little voting ballot back when this game was in this Kickstarter phase about which characters would be basically, some of the promised goals were, oh, well, pledge this much and we'll add a boss playable character. Pledge this much and we get a second boss playable character. Blah, yada yada yada. It all got pledged and there's a voting thing. So it's like, okay, well, who do you want to vote for? And the choices were all the boss knights, like King Knight, Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, the Enchantress, Black Knight, a worthless relic. Maybe somebody else wants this rubbish. Yep, you find these you find unusable relics that only a heathen would use in these secret areas. But going back to my little rant I was going on, basically, after all the voting was done, it was determined that Plague Knight was the one that was most wanted, Spectre Knight was the second most wanted, and King Knight was the third most wanted. And to all those Propeller Knights fans out there, he was the 4th. He just barely got beaten by King Knight, which is my favorite knight, so I have no hard feelings. But yeah, it wasn't just some random characters. It was the developers actually being cool, and they're like, hey, look, let's see what characters people want as an additional campaign. Like, what knights are their favorites? And in the end, I'd say we got a pretty good set of knights. It doesn't matter, because what they also promise is that once they reach their highest goal, every single character will be playable in a battle Smash Bros-like mode, which will eventually be covered eventually. So you may think, wait, I can't fit in here. That's what they want you to think. Yep. I remember when I first played Plague of Shadows, I didn't even know that was possible. I thought this was just an unattainable room. But we got Chester. Poured in a beaker or stuffed in the bag, Chester's always got the swag. Hey, nice relic, pal. You know, I could take that off your hands and give you something a little more interesting. Yes, instead of getting the relics that only a bad heathen that has absolutely no taste in culture would use, you could get actual interesting power-ups for Plague Knight. Like an even bigger bomb. Yeah, I think we're just gonna switch back to the bait bomb. We don't really need to turn over to anything else. And let's go back into our little finagling our way into the Shovel Knight. Yeah, but continuing on, like you could just tell like a lot of these levels are the same. Especially because if you just watched my Shovel Knight playthrough, we kind of like already went through a lot of this. But still, the levels are like, I'm not gonna say completely new because they still do generally feel the same. But like just having the new like momentum abilities just makes it feel so much more special. Like you can't do this in Shovel Knight. Like, it makes sense, because, I mean, Shovel Knight can't explode with potions, but it's like Shovel Knight's wet dream. He'd never be able to get this much platforming done. Heck, to be honest, I'd say just... I was about to say this campaign's easier. The challenges that are strictly there for Shovel Knight, I believe are easier. Oh, as you can tell, because I died, I lost my tonics. Let's just plop those back up. And almost die again, losing our tonics. No, usually the stuff that was challenging for Shovel Knight is like no issue for Plague Knight. Like Shovel Knight couldn't do this. Shovel Knight would have to use the Flare Wand. Which, I said the relics were useless in Shovel Knight's campaign. Except for maybe a few, because there's actual levels centered around them. I think the relics are even more pointless in this adventure. And honestly, I don't really see them getting more useful. That's the one thing that Yacht Club Games doesn't really improve in these like new campaigns they release. Like, I don't think the relics are like, except for like a handful of them, they're all generally useless to me. And usually when I do use the relics, it's because they're like a healing item or something that I feel like would be more useful or more practical. Like all the cool, unique ones, just they're tedious. They cause more issues than actual solutions. So I think that's the only blemish on this beautiful treasure trove of games, is that there's no reason to use a lot of the relics. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably going to prove myself wrong. Remember when I said the anchor arm was useless? Yeah, I turned out to be dead wrong on that. But forwarding our mission to deeper into the castle, a lot of enemies also just, they're not doing much. You can just boom, bam, they're dead. They had no chance of hitting me if I just, well, held my explosion. To be fair, Shovel Knight could have done that too. But that's not the point. Plague Knight is better than Shovel Knight. Because look, jumping around, springing on sound, and the little fairy's cuter. I'll say it. He's got a tiny little potion in his hand. He's our new... Actually, we don't know what's under the mask. To be fair, we didn't know what was under Shovel Knight's mask, but it's implied by the gender... No, it's not implied. It's stated by the gender swap that they're a male. So, we got a tiny little brother with us again. Brother? No, but he's cute. The fairies, they do absolutely nothing than just be like little cute companions. But is there something wrong with that? Like, look, he's doing a little dance there. And he does little explosions when we do. He'll spin on top of the coins and, oh, it's just all so nice. Bam. Fishing time. Yep, you don't just get fish. Apparently health tonics are also below in the gallows. See, but something that like was like a huge challenge area for Shovel Knight and like intense timing, it's like no issue at all for Plague Knight. As you are surely noticing, I don't seem to be getting any of the troupple fish. Yeah, the trouples, they don't have as much of an impact in this campaign. They do something later on, and I won't spoil it because we'll get to that eventually, but they generally just are out of this campaign. Oh, I might as well state this right now before I back myself into a corner I can't escape from. These Cypher coins, I probably will not be getting all of them. I will get as much as I can, but I will not be going out of my way to get all 420 of them, because it's a little ridiculous later on. Plague Knight, you double-crossing constable of crucibles! Having fun in your little kingdom? Ooh, ha ha ha, sorry, I meant kingdom. Oh, this lavish lifestyle is in my blood, peon. Bask in the glimmering grace of a true monarch. As the embodiment of opulence, I demand tribute. Ha ha ha, let's have that essence. I think I'll take that nice crown, too. As always, King Knight being the pompous jerk, but he will give us his essence. Because I'm not leaving without it. I don't know what I'll do if we don't leave with it. Yeah, look at him trouncing around, jumping, being fanfare. I never knew confetti just killed you out there like that. Nonetheless, he can't take our bombs. What a king you are. Drop the essence into my dynamo decanter there. Essences are volatile, but my breakthrough design stabilizes them. Once the essences are all distilled together, my research is correct, and we can craft the ultimate potion. King Knight's essence is ours, and I discovered that his crown isn't real gold. Ha ha ha, I knew it. Pretender, indeed. Well, let's get down to business then. So what are we working on today? I'd say let's do some research, because I believe we have enough coins. We'll need 40 Cypher coins. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, stand back as I test my hypotheses. Oh, a little Plague Knight got stuck in the vat back there. That's adorable. I've never seen that before. Take again there, your new arsenal. Yep, we get access to more different power-ups. So, like, if you thought the options there were, like, a ton already, you get more and more. So I'd say, the Sentry Fuse is one of my favorites. So we're gonna get that. And let's get the Component Powder. That's another one of my favorites. And because we have some extras, we'll buy the Float Casing. So, let's see. So we got the Float Casing here. We're going to equip the Component Power and the Sentry Fuse, and let's see what we get. This is honestly one of my favorite combinations to do. However, I think I'm going to remove the float aspect. I do like the Sentry, though. Because what the Sentry will do is just obviously home in on enemies. You know what? We'll put the Sentry away for now. We'll keep the Component Powder, because if I can actually show it, after these bombs explode, you can only have 3 at a time. Yep, as you saw right there, if you chain 3 of them, it will do a huge explosion like that. Very helpful. You know, let's check out our little... Hello, Master, I have another letter for you. Let me read it. I see your actions. Yes, behold, you spent blank questing and collected all this gold. You've tossed that many bombs and you bursted this many bombs. You're quite scary. Your losses in battle, number 5, so be wary. Lastly, 10 is the number of tonics you've cracked. Yours so sincerely, Grandma Swamp. What the? Did you know this person? She's gotta be a witch. Yep, Grandma Swamp is in this game too, just not a more active role. I think our fairy's still stuck in the vat. We're gonna leave and have him figure out his way out there. So I say before we go, we tackle this gold armor and test out our new bombs. I mean, we did just upgrade them. Yep. If you couldn't tell why this is my favorite, I think you're starting to see why I like the component powder now. Because I jump off a ledge and lose all my money. 60 gold, that's a lot of money I just lost. Oh, that's like all my money. We're gonna try them again and actually not suck. Yeah, remember what I've said before. Okay, not being completely stupid this time. Let's try it again. Yeah, I'm not intentionally... After I said I think Plague Knight's campaign is easier, yeah, I take that back. Plague Knight's campaign can now be kind of stupid. Because one thing I'm surely remembering from this campaign is just how easily Plague Knight gets... Okay, we're switching back to the other bomb powder. I'll show off the component powder in a better environment. We're going to go back to black powder. I keep on pushing B, which just switches the menu. Yeah, so Plague Knight, as I was... Plague Knight's campaign is easy, I said. It's easier than Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's is much more difficult, I said. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hopefully I'm done being trash at this game. Heck, I think we lost gold doing that. Never mind. Yeah, Plague Knight, just don't be stupid, and you'll do well. I'd say, I think that's enough for this video. Next time, we go back to the Lich Yard to take out Spectre Knight. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.